All right, our top focus is the by-elections that will be held today in 3 Lok Sabha and 33 Assembly constituencies spread across 10 states in an exercise seen as yet another major test for the Narendra Modi government and its popularity since it assumed power. In the month of May, the 3 Lok Sabha by-polls are in Vadodara in Gujarat, Mainpuri in Uttar Pradesh and Medak in Telangana, while 11 Assembly constituencies are in Uttar Pradesh, 9 in Gujarat, 4 in Rajasthan, 2 in West Bengal, 5 in northeastern states and 1 each in Chhattisgarh and Andhra Pradesh. Now the stakes are high for the BJP, Congress and Samajwadi Party in the state of UP after the Saffron Party's near total sweep of the 80 seats in Lok Sabha polls just 4 months ago, while Trinamool Congress battles to retain 2 assembly seats in the state of West Bengal in the face of the Sarda chit fund scam that has already ensnared some of its leaders. If retaining Mainpuri Lok Sabha seat vacated by Samajwadi Party Supremo Mulayam Singh Yadav, who had won from 2 Lok Sabha seats including Azamgarh, is a matter of prestige for his party. The BJP faces the challenge of holding on to the 11 assembly seats won earlier by the party, while BSP, which drew a blank in the Lok Sabha polls, is not contesting these by-elections. Congress and the Samajwadi Party have fielded candidates in all the 11 assembly seats and the BJP is contesting in 10 and its ally Apna Dal in 1. Meanwhile, in the state of West Bengal, it is the battle to retain both the assembly seats, with questions being raised if Mamta can really survive the Sarda scam heat. The BJP is hell-bent on a breakthrough in West Bengal, reflected in Amit Shah's hoping to corner the weak Trinamool. In Gujarat, Narendra Modi's successor as Chief Minister in Gujarat, Anandiben Patel, faces her first big test when by-elections are held for Vadodara, Lok Sabha seat and in 9 assembly constituencies. Our correspondent Amir now joins us live from Mainpuri. Amir, let's just talk about the biggest challenge that at least the Akhilesh government faces as we speak, which is clearly the lawlessness that UP has seen over the last few months.
Well, yes, Vedika, it might be an issue for other assembly constituencies going in for by-polls in UP. But right now in Mainpuri, where I'm standing right now, it's a different ball game altogether. It's a Yadav bastion. Mulayam Singh Yadav has held this seat for the last almost 3 decades.
Yes.
And therefore, although stakes are high for them this time round, because his brother's grandson, Tej Pratap, is going to be contesting from here. But definitely, the Samajwadi Party here and Mulayam Singh Yadav, the party patriarch, is not down and out. Mainpuri still remains his bastion. And in fact, right now I'm in Saifai, which otherwise falls within the district limits of Etawah. But this Saifai area is a part of Mainpuri Lok Sabha constituency. So therefore, here it's a different ball game altogether for politics within Samajwadi Party and for Mulayam Singh Yadav. Saifai definitely is impregnable and has stayed so for the last 3 decades or so.
All right, Ahmed, do stay with us. We also have Indrajit joining me live from Kolkata. Indra, well, it seems that nothing's really going to affect Mainpuri this time over. It's been a Yadav bastion. But let's now shift focus to Mamta Banerjee. Well, it seems that Sarda scam, the heat that she is facing, could also go against her in these elections.
Well, the Sharda CBI probe is definitely the focal point, the main issue as far as this by-election in West Bengal is concerned. The entire opposition, be it the left, the Congress and of course a resurgent BJP after their Lok Sabha poll success, they have all latched on to the Sarda issue. Over the past 1 week or so, we have seen several Trinamool Congress leaders being grilled by the CBI. One Trinamool Congress leader was arrested. There were several MPs who were grilled. One member has quit the party. It could not have come for an opportune time for the opposition. So opposition definitely latching onto the Sarda issue. Lots of protests that happened over the past 2 days. Lots of comments being made by the opposition, slamming none other than the Chief Minister herself. So Trinamool does find itself in a corner as far as today's by-poll is concerned. 2 very crucial seats. One is Bashirhat Dakshin, in North 24 Pargana district, which is close to the Indo-Bangladesh border, and the BJP did make illegal infiltration from Bangladesh a very important issue in that constituency. As far as the prestige fight in Chaurangi seat here in Kolkata is concerned, it is very adjacent to Mamata Banerjee's own constituency, Bhawanipur. Sudeep Bandyopadhyay's wife, Naina Bandyopadhyay, is the Trinamool Congress candidate. But the BJP hopes that they will be able to put up a very strong show Last time around in the election, BJP was the third party as far as the 2011 election results was concerned. But given the momentum that the party has gained in the 2014 Lok Sabha elections, they are really hoping that they will be able to carry forward that momentum in this election as well.
All right, talking about momentum, Jugal Purohit also joining us from Vadodara. Jugal, what's the momentum really like? It should be in favour of Anandiben. Well, it is a test for her really. This is the first time that she will be seen as independently trying to rein in those votes really for her party in Gujarat. All right, there seems to be a problem with Jugal Purohit there, but Indrajit also with us. Indra, if I could come back to you till we try and reconnect with Jugal there. The BJP also trying to play a major role this time in the by-elections.
Well, that's right. You know, for the first time, we are seeing that the BJP has now emerged as a real potential threat to the Trinamool Congress. Now, how much will that translate to votes? That we will only be able to know within the next 48 hours when the results emerge. But as far as the perception is concerned, we saw Amit Shah come and campaign for the Chaurangi candidate here in Kolkata, and there was a very stern message. And once again, Sarda was the main issue, the main focal point of the BJP president's speech. He did mention that nobody involved in that scam would be spared. And subsequently, we saw how the CBI was moving ahead with its probe. So the BJP really hoping to make some gains, some inroads this time around in this by-polls here in West Bengal.
All right, do stay with me, Amir and Indra. We'll try and reconnect with Jugal Purohit now, who joins us live from Vadodara. Jugal, just give us a ground report. I was trying to ask you whether there will be any surprises really in store, because this is the first time that Anandiben has been put on test here.
That's right, Vedika. For the first time in almost 13 years, there is no Amit Shah around, there is no Narendra Modi around. So, of course, it's a new BJP leadership which is being put to test. It's a new direction which the BJP leadership is trying to give to the party out here. But, well, it isn't so that people are expecting major surprises here, because the 9 assembly seats and the 1 parliamentary seat which today go to the ballot box are all seats which have been vacated by BJP leaders who chosen to move on to become MPs, and in Narendra Modi's case, of course, retaining Varanasi. Vadodara, which gave Narendra Modi among the highest ever margins of 5.7 lakh in terms of his victory. One must understand Vedika is reeling from a flood which has just affected and has only receded about yesterday. 20,000 people almost were displaced as a result of this flood. Many people are anticipating as to just why couldn't the election dates be postponed. Well, that hasn't happened, and it will have an impact, is what people understand, on the kind of voting margins that they see. Last time around on 30th of April, when this place chose Narendra Modi, the polling percentage was an unprecedented 70.90%. Now today people are expecting that to be much lower. By-elections as such do not infuse as much enthusiasm as the actual elections do. But nevertheless, elections have to happen. The dates haven't changed and the people have come out in large numbers. Speaking of the Congress party, the main opposition in the state of Gujarat, they put up a candidate, but for the Congress, it's actually couldn't get any worse from this point on, because it has absolutely not a single MP. So they will be fighting, of course, for pride. And these 9 assembly seats and the 1 parliamentary seat which go to the polls today will in that sense throw up a sort of referendum on the new BJP leadership out here.
Well, absolutely. Jugal Purohit, Indrajit as well as Amir, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We of course will keep coming back to you through the day on those crucial by-elections across a number of states.